Hey guys, it's Sam here, and today I thought I would do a Let's Talk video, and I haven't done one for a very long time. I think it's probably been like a year, probably over a year since I last did one. So today's episode is talking about Jordan Henderson's and Fabinho's move to Saudi Arabia, and also Van Dijk getting the captaincy. So I think we'll start with the departures. Obviously Jordan Henderson and Fabinho have left Liverpool to join Al Ettifaq and the other one. I don't know how you pronounce the names. I probably said the first one wrong. It's Al Ittihad. I'm gonna go with that. Jordan Henderson joins Steven Gerrard, and Fabinho joins N'Golo Kante, Benzema. I think Nuno is there as well. So yeah, a lot of people have moved to Saudi Arabia this summer, and Jordan Henderson moves for 13 million, I think it is. It's 12 or 13. And Fabinho moves for 40. So it's decent business regarding the money side of things. We've got the best of those players in their best years of those players at the club. And I think we've only made a loss on Fabinho of like 3 million. Cause I think we signed him for like 43, sold him for 40, so it's really good business considering we've literally had the best years of Fabinho. Jordan Henderson we've had for 12 years, since he was 21, I think, I want to say. But yeah, they've gone, and it came out of the blue really, because well, it came out of the blue. There was no conversation or even prospect of either of those leaving, and just out of nowhere they've both gone. And it's a shame, because especially Jordan Henderson, who's been here 12 years, captained the club for 8, deserved an Anfield farewell. And I still think there's that possibility that he gets that, because he could have a testimonial like next summer, and then he'll kind of get it, but he'd already gone. He'd already been gone for a year at that point, but then he still kind of gets that Anfield farewell. We still get that chance to say goodbye to him properly. And they're both legends. They are. I know that some people have been saying that too many, we call too many of this current squad or these current departures legends, but I mean, this is the squad that brought the Premier League to Anfield for the first time. The first league title in 30 years. They won 4 trophies in 12 or 13 months, whatever the fuck it was. If that's not legendary status to a club, I don't know what is. They are legends. Everyone in that team is. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. They are, you know, they're 100% are. Jordan Henderson is someone that got way too much stick for almost nothing. Like, the man couldn't do anything right, you know, and it feels like he got the main force of criticism if the team wasn't playing well or if we weren't performing well. It seemed like the book was always being thrown towards Jordan Henderson, which seemed very unfair. Don't get me wrong, there were times where he definitely deserved criticism, like any other player, like all the team. Last season, 2021 as well. Those 2 seasons, bad seasons. Pretty much majority of the team didn't perform, and they deserved to be criticised. However, it did seem like Henderson was getting the most of it, and he leaves a massive hole, because although he probably wasn't the most technically gifted on the pitch, what he brought off the pitch was a lot more important to what he brought on. And when you have a captain and a leader like that, the only way is up. You're only going in the right direction, and we are going to miss that massively. Now, he has gotten more stick with this move, because obviously his advocacy for the LGBTQ plus community, with obviously in that part of the world, especially in Saudi Arabia, it is illegal for some fucked up reason to be gay. That part of the world is very backwards, but you can't always change a culture. If it's part of their culture, it's been there for a long time, it is very difficult to kind of say that it's difficult. It's a touchy subject because it's their culture, but it's wrong. And I understand why people, especially people within that community, will feel let down or feel betrayed by Jordan Henderson. I fully understand that. But for a lot of people that, especially journalists that went to Qatar for the World Cup as part of their job, Jordan Henderson is going over there as part of his job. What's the difference? That there is no difference in that, apart from maybe the money side of things. He's probably I think he's getting paid something like 350 grand a week, which makes him the highest paid English player ever. Which is crazy, because you're thinking the likes of what Jude Bellingham has just gone to Real Madrid. And I love Jordan Henderson, but Jude Henderson? Not Jude Henderson. Jude Bellingham is miles better than Jordan Henderson ever was, and he is still only 19, which is it's crazy. It's crazy how good he is at such a young age. It's a very scary prospect of how good he can still become when he's already so fucking good. And now we move on to Fabinho. Again, out of nowhere, and it feels a little bit like this was probably coming. I think even though it came out of nowhere, I think it was more likely to come, considering, I mean, a lot of the players didn't have a good season last season, but Fabinho especially, it really seemed like he downgraded, and it felt like his legs had gone. It felt like, you know, he'd passed it, and we'd seen the best that we were going to get of Fabinho. Which is sad, because when he was at it, he was the best, not just central defensive midfielder, best midfielder, I think. No, that's probably wrong, because there's De Bruyne. Yeah, so best central defensive midfielder in the Premier League by a mile. He was so good, and it's a shame that it came down to this, but it is what it is. Again, and the thing was, when Stefan Bajcetic came in, he was what? Is he 18 or 19? I can't remember, but when you have someone so much younger, we looked a completely different team when he was in. Like, we looked like Liverpool of the last few seasons. Which showed that kind of probably his legs had gone, and the older players now needed to be either squad players or let go. And we needed youth, which is great because we've now added that with McAllister and Szoboszlai. Just a few moments ago, we have bidded, we have put our second bid in for Lavia, and we're also looking at a deal for the Brazilian midfielder from the Brazilian club, Andre, and I don't know, but that I don't know if we're getting both. We might only get one. I don't know. We still we still apparently want a centre back as well, which very good. So our business in this window is far from over, which I really like. And now moving on, I think, to the captaincy. So yesterday, Virgil van Dijk was announced as the new captain, and Trent Alexander-Arnold was announced as the new vice captain, which I'm very happy about. I mean, we knew it was going to be Van Dijk. Like, I think the main one was vice captaincy. Who was that going to? Because captain, it was always going to be Van Dijk. Like, when Milner and Henderson weren't playing, Van Dijk had the armband. So take that into perspective. Both of them are now gone. Van Dijk's still there. Like, it was only going to be Van Dijk to get the armband. But it's nice to see that he has been officially announced now. And I'm really happy for Trent as well to get the vice captaincy. I think it would have been a bit of a jump to give him the armband straight away. I think it would be nice for him to have that leadership role, learn off Van Dijk. Van Dijk, again, is coming towards the end, we think. So he'll pass it on to Trent, I'm assuming, once he's gone. Hopefully, that's still in a few more years. Like, hopefully we still have a few more years of Van Dijk, because he's still just as influential as he has been since he joined. And I think also giving Trent that leadership, the responsibility of being vice captain, I think that could really help his performances as well. You know, his integrating from right back into midfield obviously was a turning point. Looked a hell of a lot better. We looked a lot stronger towards the end of the season when we turned Trent into a midfielder. Obviously with the departures of the likes of Henderson and Fabinho, and obviously that happening, Trent had to basically play a 6 in a pre-season game. He might have even played a 6 in a couple. I think it's actually only been one though. And it wasn't the best. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best. He's definitely not a 6, because a 6 is a defensive minded midfielder. The problem we were having with him as a right back was that he was much more attacking than defensive, so it wouldn't make sense to have him as a 6. He's definitely a more 8 player, where he doesn't have that responsibility of having to defend. He can just focus on his attacking, which is by far his strongest suit. We know that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this new season, because so much is gonna happen. Because we've heard these players say a number of times, you know, last season wasn't good enough, we let the fans down, we need to put it right, we want to put it right. I think us as fans really cannot wait to see if they are going to put it right, and if they are, how big of a season could this be? Because this is on par with the 2021 season, because in that pre-season they were like, although we ended up getting the Champions League, at the end we didn't perform and we want to put it right, and we nearly went on to win a quadruple. So it's very interesting to see what could happen now, after another bad season, what their sort of, what is the word I'm looking for? Determination to put it right. I don't know if that was the word, but it's the word I'm going with. But anyway, I think I have touched on everything I want to say. It's going to be weird to no longer see Henderson or Fabinho in the team, but it's going to be interesting to see how we integrate Lavia, if we can get that done. If we go in for the other midfielder and get him as well, what centre back are we going to get? These final 4 weeks of the window are going to be somewhat pretty interesting for us as Liverpool fans. But anyway, I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.